Live from Keene, New Hampshire, the most watched TV news show in Keene, the Keene Weekly News with Mark Edgington. Coverage of local and national events starts now.
Good evening. My name is Mark Edgington. This is the Keene Weekly News. Just a little update, very short little bit. I'm not going to rant on for half an hour as usual. Today is March the 19th, 2008, and this last week on Tuesday we all went to the polls, or those of us who went to the polls went to the polls. The vast majority of us boycotted the election. I, however, did go. I voted against, well, I voted no on everything pretty much. I think there was one at like number 13 that I voted yes on, that we could give some money to charity if something didn't get voted in. So I was fine with that, but I voted no because as I explained last week, just before the election on Monday, I did a show, that voting really is violence against your neighbor. If you'd like to see that, you can look up Keene Weekly News on YouTube.com, and you can see it right there. It's about a half hour long. This one, however, about 5 minutes. Well, so we went to the polls, and it came back that pretty much everything went through except the bond for the middle school. Now, I was listening to the political show that comes on in the morning on KBK on Saturday morning, with the politicians get on there and they talk about the news. Fred Parcells was on there, and a gentleman called in, I believe from the school board. Now, I didn't get to hear the whole show, but a gentleman called in from the school board and said that they were going to have a recount. Now, obviously, the counts were good enough for the last 14 of these little referendums that we had. Why isn't it good enough for the first one? But, you know, recount just to make sure the votes are right. It only passed by, I think, 14 votes. So that's fine. But then he said there's also a lawsuit in to get the middle school bond. Now, this is my point today. Democracy doesn't work. The will of the people is not enacted through democracy, especially in Keene, and especially when it comes around school issues. Now, first there was the building on West Street. I think it's 111. Pardon me if I'm wrong. I don't know exactly. It's a giant stone edifice there that's only partially inhabited by school bureaucrats. And we had voted, I think it's been 2 years now, to sell it. Well, they haven't sold it because they don't want to. Now, the people voted to sell it, but the school board isn't selling it because they don't want to. Do you understand? Democracy doesn't work when it comes to the school system here in Keene. All right. Now, the people voted, and then there needed to be a 60% majority to pass this bond for the middle school bond. And the people voted against it, and now the school board is recounting, and they're going to file a lawsuit to get the bond anyway, because democracy doesn't work when it comes to Keene and the school system. They do whatever they want because, well, you're their servant. They can tell you whatever they want you to do, and you just have to pay or they take your house away. That's really my rant here. Now, I've been told by, as a matter of fact, Fred Parcells, I mentioned him earlier, he told me that, you know, democracy is the system that we have, and, you know, that's just what we've got, and therefore it's a good thing, it's legitimate. Well, they don't use it when they don't want it. The people, the powers here, for whom you work so that you can pay your taxes to these people, $5,000 a year on the average house, they do whatever they want to do, and they could really care less what you vote on. My name is Mark Edgington. That's the Keene Weekly News for this evening, March the 19th, 2008. Thanks very much for watching.
I was walking around to see how many places I could see Mark.
I'm everywhere.
15 different places. Oh, you got some graphics coming.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't need to be here for graphics, I guess. Okay, you guys can do your show now. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I'm sorry we didn't know that.
I'll just show up, you know.
More communication.
It doesn't really matter.
Well, anytime you have any kind of a rant, whether it be put on the beginning of our show or a standalone everywhere, people appreciate them.
Well, it's Wednesday. shoot in,